What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. It's RevX's wrestling review of WWE's Money in the Bank, presented to you by Fireball, and that plays a part in this show as well. It was a very interesting night as far as promotion goes. So, Money in the Bank comes to you live from Los Angeles, California. When we started, well, sorry, let me rephrase myself there. When we ended last night, there were four matches announced. There was both men's and women's Money in the Bank. There was the women's IC title match, and there was the tag team match. Today, during Worlds Collide, after Octagon Jr. and his team picked up the victory, Dominic Mysterio had some choice words for him, basically telling him that since he was a Rey Mysterio fan, he was basically a deadbeat like his dad. That didn't click so well with him, so he got pushed, pulled over the barricade. They got in a little scuffle, and Dominic Mysterio told him he'd see him tonight, and it was going to be for the IC title. So instead of four matches tonight, guys, we're going to be covering five, two title matches, two Money in the Bank matches, and our big tag team match. I actually did not keep up with commercials tonight, but honestly, I think tonight's commercial count was probably under 10, which is solid. Which is solid. Oh yeah, for this went like we're just getting started because the show just ended. It was like 3 hours, 20 minutes long, and like I swear to you, it was like every 20 minutes they didn't do. Thank you WWE for listening to. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but your fan base when it comes to having commercials during the matches. There was not a one tonight. No, I was watching on my Roku. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it's a good question because it came on Peacock, so that's I was watching it off the Roku TV through Peacock, but yeah, like I would get legitimate commercials, and he said no, I didn't get commercials. He got a couple, but it was like WWE related commercials. So anyway, guys, I'm going to name this tonight the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to start off by saying the ugly of the night, and that is Naomi winning the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Guys, I don't really even want to get into this match a lot because I was so disappointed. I mean, like we were having such a good time watching this, and then it was like the realization set in that she was fixing to win, and when she won, we were just like, yay. Like, ugh, there was no point for that. Mhm. I mean, it showed just as well tonight as it does any night. Alexa Bliss had the ladder, and she couldn't even make the kick on Alexa Bliss, guys. That stands like 5 foot nothing. She couldn't even make a kick over the ladder to kick her in the head. She had to do it twice. It was ridiculous. Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do that and get destroyed. That's kind of what I want. Like, just kick it in the face. Like, we gave you one part, but we're not giving you the other. Like, that is true. So it is time to break that because it's been what three? How many women's money in the banks have there been? Three, four, five, maybe. Right. So okay, so let's say seven. Let's say seven, just to comfortable. I might be wrong on that. If so, make sure you hit it up in the comments. Let me know I'm wrong. I'm a okay with that. But honestly, if it's 100% cash in rate, guys, it's time. You all know as well as I do. It's time for somebody to cash in and fail. Uh, did you catch the men's cash in rate? Michael Cole said it tonight. I barely caught it. 73. But that's like to give you more context to that. The men's is 73%, and that's been going on for like a solid 15 years now. Not to, oh, there you go. There you go. Which is awesome. Like there was also a few that took place at WrestleMania, like before. Yeah, I chief. Yeah, no, unfortunately, but anywho, like 73% rate. It's time for the women's to cash in and fail. Um, sorry, Naomi, but I would peg you being the one. Yeah, yeah, don't do it. However, I do think that they'll start a a comeback for Bianca with this. Something in the gut tells me that they'll give Naomi the fucking title. And as bad as I don't want to say that, guys, and believe me, I do not want to say that. It'll be a good way to bring Bianca back and to basically get her revenge on Naomi for doing this to Jade. Or it could be Jade that just, destroys Naomi and takes the briefcase. Like, there's so many ways you can go about it. So, but you got Jade going into the Queen of the Ring. So I doubt very seriously they'll do that right now. That's fair. Let me. I want to. I want to kind of take over on this one, okay? And I put this straight in the notes. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a big Dom Mysterio fan. However, if you're not a fan of Dom Mysterio after tonight, something's wrong with you. That man brought somebody completely new. He don't know anything about this kind of aura, okay? And let that man pull off everything he wanted to and sold it beautifully. He gained a lot of respect from everybody. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, man. It, indeed. He did. We had just a hair bit of Liv get up on the apron to distract Octagon Jr. long enough for Dominic to be able to take advantage of it, hit a beautiful 619 into a frog splash combo, pick up the 3 count, retain his title. I have to say that even with no build, with zero build, they pulled off a hell of a story in a match tonight, guys. Well, since I took over that Intercontinental match, why don't you do us the honors of the next Intercontinental match?
Oh, it was so great. It was great. Becky deserved every bit of what she got. Just saying.
But moving forward, we
Who
do
did you?
have a new Intercontinental Women's Champion in Becky Lynch. So three,
Yeah,
well,
what did you
actually,
think of this?
2 for 3 for me tonight. I called Becky before. I mean, you made a very good point when you said that Lyra had gave her, or sorry, Becky had gave her flowers, basically her
Oh
up,
yeah.
and it was time for Lyra to do the
Oh
same. She did. I feel as though this is just
yeah.
Becky's new character acting out, so to speak. But I do have a feeling that
Yeah.
this is not done yet. Uh,
No.
I thought it was a very solid
No.
match as far
Uh,
as it really went. They fought hard. There was a lot of hard hitting in that match, like that and that's a lot of trust. That's not like actual meaningful, beating you up. That's a lot of trust. I know I can hit you this hard. You can hit me back that hard. We can make this, seem more realistic than what we're actually, doing. And that's the whole beauty
there
of
was a,
wrestling. That's what you want to do to sell. So I
there was a
give this
lot of good
match,
stuff.
like as far as the star wise goes, I'd give this match a solid 8. This one was pretty good. I have to agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 out of 5, but that works too.
I mean, 8 out of
So
10's the same thing.
exactly. Oh, hello. You want to go on to the next one?
But then we get into the men's Money in the Bank match. Okay, this match, guys, was insane. We called Seth
Yeah, it
Rollins
was.
last night, and Seth Rollins is your victor in this tonight. However, there's a lot to unpack in this. Let's start with the fact that everybody in this match got some me time, so to speak. They got good
Yeah,
spots.
they sure
They
did.
got good shots with the ladders. They got good shots with moves they wanted to do off the ladders, onto ladders. We got a Mexican destroyer onto the ladder that was painful as hell looking. Well, let's
Yeah.
get to the end of this match. So of course we called last night that the cronies would be out there, and of course the cronies came out. They
I'm calling.
cleared. They cleared the ring, cleared everybody.
I'm calling. I am calling them the bronze. By the way, I don't.
The
I don't know.
the bronze, yeah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear I heard something about that last night too. But anywho,
Yeah.
so
You
yeah, we'll
did.
say the bronze came out and they cleared, and everything was going Seth Rollins' way, and then all of a sudden here comes Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. They come in, they get into a good
Yeah.
little scuffle. Mateo ends up getting taken out by a breaker spear through the barricade. This gives Jacob time to help Solo back into the ring to help him get up the ladder. Only for what we've
Yes.
said is going to happen for the last month finally happening, and Jacob finally turning on Solo tonight, telling him he hated him, gave him a super kick, gave him like a standing rock bottom through a table set up outside. Oh God, it was beautifully, beautifully done.
You know. I can. I can already hear Sam Roberts. Shout out to Sam Roberts. with his siren yelling that he's got feelings.
Oh yeah,
This is going to be like, it's epic, man. I've been waiting for Fatu to turn. I needed it.
it
I
was what
needed
we
it so
needed.
bad.
It was what we needed. Jacob Fatu on his own, he's proven it already. He will be fine on his own.
Yeah.
He's going to fight with
Yes,
Solo
he
and
will.
JC for a little bit. Damian Priest is going to be there somewhere, so we might see the title kind
Yeah.
of thrown around there, but I feel as though they'll give Priest the title, let him work somebody new to get somebody up and coming, and let Solo and Jacob do this without a title. Could be wrong, and they may make it for the title, make it a
Possibly.
little more meaningful. But
Possibly.
I don't see what the title really helps in this.
I'd hate to see Solo get relegated too, because where he's been at the top of that Bloodline storyline, going to the U.S. title for him may be a step down. And I hate to say that because by no means is he WWE champion material,
But
but
he
he
has
is
been
in the
in the
main event.
championship picture, so I see where you're
Yeah.
going with that. I do see where you're going with that.
So, I not a champion. God Almighty, to watch Seth climb, climb,
Oh
climb, and
wait,
no one's gonna stop
we need to
him.
put this in here. Seth did climb. Seth did climb. He climbed the fireball ladder.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot about it. The
If y'all don't
fireball ladder,
understand
man.
what
It
I'm
was
saying, Google it right quick for me, and you'll see the fireball branded red, huge, like 25 foot ladder that they had in the ring
yeah, it
that
was.
played a very pivotal part. That was what Seth climbed to get to the top and get that and get the briefcase, giving him what he said last night: absolute power over WWE.
Yeah, anytime. I was waiting. Another reason we were late is because I was waiting till the end to see if Seth Rollins was going to cash in tonight, which he did not. So, at least as far as I know, as of this recording.
Now,
So
a few little notes
let's
to
say
add
that.
in here. WrestleMania 42 was officially named for Vegas 2 years in a row. Nice little
We,
Triple H
we
promo
knew
there
that.
that says, I found that if you do things, it's better to do them twice. So we're getting Vegas again next year. I still feel as
I
though it's
kind of
going to
feel
be
like that was
exciting.
I feel like that was a stab at AEW's Double or Nothing, man, because we're doubling down.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
it's Triple H, dude. Like who you would
right.
take more? All right. Also, we got confirmation that King of the Ring will start Monday. I'm excited to see that. They didn't name any participants tonight, but they did say we'd have matches starting Monday, and they also
Which
promoted that. Go ahead. Sorry.
we will talk about the King of the Ring matches on the following Friday
Absolutely.
whenever we're back.
And the only other
So
thing is they said that the Nikki Bella is coming back on Monday. What relevance that really has with anything, I don't know. She's got to do something now,
she will
especially since
probably,
she's her marriage was woo out there.
yeah. Well, she will probably be a participant in the Queen of the Ring tournament. I would
I
say.
would say you're
I was a
right.
bet man.
You know,
Yeah.
16 men,
So
16 women in this. It's going to be exciting. So,
that's 32 people that have a chance for a title shot at SummerSlam.
oh, that's
That
so good.
kind of structure, does that not feel good to say outright?
Mm-hmm.
Like the winner of Elimination Chamber gets a title shot. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title shot. The King or Queen of the Ring gets a title shot.
They're getting it
Money
to
in
the
the
point it
Bank
needs to be.
guaranteed title shot.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I still
Like,
like the fact that somebody just comes out, knocks the shit out of the champion, and lays claim to, hey, I'm next in line for a title shot. Don't get me wrong. I love that. However, I do like the bracket style. We're going to have a tournament to see who's going to be your next contender. I enjoy that. You
yeah,
get you get more character development when it comes to a whole instead of individually.
I don't think you should just be able to come out and say, hey, I'm number one contender because I said so and fuck everybody else.
I
I
mean,
don't think that's right. I
usually it's
think the
like a heel
structure is
presence
nice.
that happens.
Yeah. I mean, the heel versus face thing, I understand the dynamic and how that works, but I just feel like the structure being a little more public. Is that
Oh
that's what
yeah, I
I'm
got
all
you.
about.
I got you.
I like that. So speaking of structure, this next match was entirely unstructured. It
Unstructured.
was so fucking crazy, dude. It was the tag team match between John Cena and Logan Paul taking on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. This one, man, they tried so hard. They kept Jey in the ring for so long. Like, he was really the workhorse, taking every single bump, right?
This
And is
match
that
was
not what
what,
you said?
17 minutes, and I would almost guarantee he's been
Probably.
there 12 of it.
Yeah, easy. Before they got the hot tag off eventually. Y'all know how it goes. Come on. Come on. But in the end, what was it now? I got tongue tied. Yeah, I like what you put in the notes there about acting like that one championship is better than the other. They're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be equals.
They are.
And you're absolutely right. They are treated like they're not. I agree with that 110%. We got a knockout punch into an AA and a crossroads, a spear. All four men were down. Cena hits Cody Rhodes with the title, and then R-Truth, under a mask, returns to WWE tonight. If you can even really consider him being gone, I'm starting to believe that all this social media stuff that we've heard was a work.
Oh,
And
I
that
cannot wait
it
to
was a
read the
work
dirt
that
sheets.
worked.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody's going to trip on that.
Oh, yes.
It was a work that worked. Like, as far as I believed he was gone,
Oh, yeah.
unless social outcry actually got them to renew his contract,
And
which is
that's
also a possibility.
and actually, I have to say that's a strong possibility. And
I do
social
too.
outcry in this day and age is utterly ridiculous. If enough
I mean,
outpour
look, you got
happens,
Cody.
you're going to try to make amends for what you can. Just saying.
Look what happened with Cody Rhodes. That's the prime example,
Oh,
right?
yeah. You cry. And I
So,
mean, he didn't even really cry about it. He just expressed his frustration because he had done the work to get to that
you
opportunity.
Cody Crybaby's gotta have your story. Cody's got to finish his story. Remember that? You remember The Rock's
And
promo? I'm sure
I
you
know
do.
he said that shit and he acted the way that he did. But in 2000s, when he was on top of the fucking world, I guarantee you he was the same damn way. As a
It was.
matter of fact, whenever
Yes.
he comes back
I remember
anytime,
it.
he feels as though he needs to be in the heavyweight title picture. No, you don't. It's just
Yeah.
like, I love Brock Lesnar. Think Brock Lesnar is a hell of a
Yeah.
worker. I do not feel as though every time he comes back he needs to be in the title picture. There's too much
Yeah, he
talent
does.
on the roster, both new, old, up and coming, whatever you want to say. There's too much talent on the roster as it is for them to give a part-timer the heavyweight title and then defend it once every 2-3 months as they see fit. I'm sorry, that's not how it
I
should work.
agree. I agree entirely. That's not. It should have never been that way to begin with. I'm glad to see that we're coming out of that. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I like that R-Truth's there. I think he should be a WWE lifer.
Oh yeah.
I think he should get a Legends deal. I think he should get a behind the scenes role when he's done in the ring,
Oh
done
yeah.
being a performer,
Oh yeah.
because that man could come up with some storylines. He's a comedic genius.
He is a comedic
So I'm
genius.
just saying, WWE needs to keep him reined in because he's just going to go work for Tony Khan if you cut him loose. Tell me I'm lying.
All right. No, you're not lying, but I don't see them letting that happen. I mean he's been with them for a solid minute. I seen a video the other day of Roman Reigns in the ring with a whole crew of people, and they were wishing him a happy 50th birthday, even though he didn't want to admit he was 50. They
Yeah,
were wishing him a happy
50's
50th
old.
birthday. 50 is old, but I
For,
mean,
for,
for the man to be in as
to
good a
be a
shape as he
performer?
is, shit.
True.
Sign me up.
True.
Sign
True.
me up.
I
But
don't. All I'm saying is, man, is R-Truth deserves to be back.
oh, I agree.
So
But I did say earlier in the show I was going to name this the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's go ahead and actually let's go with the good. The good tonight, the men's Money in the Bank match was solid. The IC title match,
agreed.
the men's IC title match was solid. The
Yeah.
bad. The tag team match between Uso and
Yeah,
Rhodes and Cena and Paul was it was not horribly bad, but it could have been
no,
done a lot better. Logan Paul having that
yeah,
drone thing around does not need to happen. It takes
was
away from the wrestling match. I know it's part of it, and it
you
did
think
make for a
so?
cool spot. It did make for a cool spot, especially when he got suplexed while holding the drone. That was cool. But
If they don't do it as much, like this one time, if this is the only time they do it for the next 6 months,
yeah,
I think it's
I'd be
okay.
okay with that. But like, if they make this into and every time he wrestles, he's going to do something with the drone thing, guys, just go ahead and like send him out the door. Best switches on future endeavors. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, we don't need that shit. So that was one bad. The second bad was the women's IC title match, and it really wasn't even the fact that it was bad. It was just the fact that it was drug out a little more than it needed to be. There was a
Right?
couple of
I mean,
times
that's
where like
understandable.
they had a 10 count that they beat at 9. They had a few times where they just laid in
Really?
the ring for a good 30, 45 seconds before they started moving again. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that, you have to have matches to like stretch out a little bit further, but make them a little more believable as far as like why they're stretched out. Uh,
I would honestly rank the Intercontinental match above the tag match in performance, though.
have to say I agree
Just
with that. Have to say I agree with that. And then of course the good
so
tonight. Well, no, sorry, the ugly tonight. Women's
yeah,
Money in the Bank ladder match. Naomi picking up the victory. I am
horrible.
so against that. And again, if you want to argue with me, please do. Write in the
Great
comments.
match.
Let me
Great
know.
match, though. Like
Great
wonderful
match. A
spots.
lot of spots.
Horrible winner. Horrible winner. Great spots.
There,
Like
there
that's
was
that's
one, like off the top of my head, there was one awesome spot, and it was double code reds. It was Roxanne Perez and was it Alexa
Alexa.
Bliss? Yeah, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, it sure
Both
was.
sides. I mean, the women done better as far as placement of ladders in the matches. Like they had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
they did.
ring stretched, and they had 3 ladders stretched across to make like 2 tables and a V in the center. Men's one of the
Yeah, it was
coolest things they
actually
done
really
was the
cool
Chad
design.
Gable thing. That was neat. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
El Grande Americano. Let me make sure I say that correctly.
Uh,
It's not Chad Gable,
oh,
but
listen, I heard on Twitter, by the way, that those boots that he wore the other day that said CG on them,
uh-huh.
they were Chad Gable boots. He had borrowed them.
Uh-huh. Had he now? Guys, this storyline's getting a little dumb. And his
Yeah,
entrance,
right.
his
That
fucking
really was on the
entrance.
internet.
Oh my god. That entrance is so fucking
Yo,
hard to watch. Like old
yeah, it was.
western
Uh,
style, freaking him coming to the ring like a
they
fucking it's so dumb.
they need to put a they need to put a seizure warning on him before he comes out.
All right, guys. So just like
That is,
every
I hate to
just
say
like
it.
every event we do and every stream that we do, we're going through and we're going to give this a ranking. I'm going to say for Money in the Bank, I'm going to give this a solid, say 8.
Yeah, eight's right where my brain was.
Um, Not a lot of botches tonight, even with it being
No,
a lot of chaos in 2 of the matches for sure.
just
Both the men and women's
just
Money in the Bank.
Naomi.
Yeah, I mean that's
Naomi's
a
kick.
botch in
That's the only
itself,
thing I
but
can think of.
I guess we'll deal with
Yeah,
that at a
I agree.
later time. But anyway, guys,
We'll have
solid
to.
8 tonight. I got 3 out of 5 right. No, sorry, I got 4 out
Yeah,
of 5 right. The only thing I missed was the women's Money in the Bank. I said Becky would win.
uh,
I said the Faces would win in the tag
yeah,
match. We called Seth
yeah,
Rollins, and I said Dominic
yeah.
Mysterio. So 4 out of 5 for me tonight.
So
80%,
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
$8. We're doing good.
Yeah,
But anyway, guys, that's really it for the stream. We will be live again Friday night, 11:15 Eastern Standard Time, with another Rev X's wrestling review. This will be for the 613 edition of WWE
yeah.
SmackDown. We'll also do a small recap of Raw. Let you know what king or queen of the matches took place. So I'll make sure to have
Yeah,
that in the notes ready for Friday. And guys,
yeah,
if you continue to enjoy the content, do us a favor, leave a like on the video, Follow us if you haven't already. Make sure your notifications are on. That way you hear us every time we go live. And if you get a chance, guys, and you can, hit us with a sub. We greatly appreciate it.
Don't forget to join the Discord. If the link's at the beginning of the video,
Yeah.
but join the Discord. Come up on the stage. Talk to us. We're taking callers whenever you want to come up. We're
Exactly,
right
guys.
here. So
You disagree with anything we say, call up. Come on in. Let's discuss it.
yeah, we'll listen to you. We'll
Promise
talk about it.
there's no ill feelings, ill will, nothing like that. We're wrestling fans. We
I don't mean to
disagree with
sound like
one another. So, I mean,
all the time. I don't want to sound like Cody Rhodes when I say this, but what do you want to talk about? Come on up here. We'll talk about it.
exactly.
Just really.
So, guys, on behalf of
So,
myself,
but
Motifier, that's MJ Hat. And this has been another edition of RevX's Wrestling Review. We'll catch you guys on the flip side later. Peace out.
later.